Yes, sir. These bitches know they do. These niggas hated us. They do. When I catch a nigga slipping, I'ma hit him up. I will. With that fucking 100 round weight. Can't duck. Bitch, I'm a big buck. With these niggas sticks tough. Put that new Glock 6 on them and run them up. 20 miles. Put my 5 deuce crips on them and beat them up. I just got the news that my cuz left me. God help me. I'ma kill a nigga epilepsy. I'ma have to shoot him if he test me. Fuck these niggas like I'm Bill and they Lewinsky. Fuck, I love my daughters to death cause they believe in me. They do. Oh, it ain't no tossing. Nah, and I don't do this all. I don't. Bitch, but I'm flossing like I'm boss. R.I.P. the Lil Pootie, you off duty and I'm mad. They gon' have to take a nigga out cause I've had it. I remember going and getting the stick from this glad. Jumping off the porch with a nail like I picked my pants. Then I shoot that whole 30 clip we call that Saturday. When the movers catch you slip like you had to go away. Cause you my old love. We was out here in these streets like we were homeless. These bitches know us. These niggas hated us. So when I catch a nigga slipping, I'ma hit him up. I was with that fucking 100 round way. You can't duck. Bitch, I'm a big buck. Bitch, these niggas sticks tough. Bitch, put that new Glock 6 on them and run them up. Put my 5 deuce trips on them and beat them up. Bitch, I'm 20 mob. Die slow or get robbed. I influence niggas off of Fed talk. I did. Yeah, I'ma beat a nigga if he acting hard. I will. These niggas fucking hilarious. Ho, Kevin Hart. Yeah,
What up, la la?
Level real pharaoh. A red foe and a family call it Adam Sandler.
Yes, sir.
Bumping Panda with business to handle. They took my cousin away, so I'm up in.
This is John. I work for my big cousin. He passed. Let me see. When did I bring this out? It's on my SoundCloud. Let me see. I don't know. SoundCloud don't give you too much information.
And my family out in Compton. Oh no, fuck that. And my family out in Memphis. Oh no, running back. Running back. Running back. Running back. Running back. I got you.
Let me see. Yeah, so my big cousin, he died year 2020. And I wrote this song for him because I didn't get to spend enough time with him. And I wrote it, I recorded it, then I sent it to my whole family, you know what I'm saying, to run it up. But this song right here is called Edward III, because his name was Edward Piggies III. My uncle, his dad was Edward Piggies Jr., and my granddad, my uncle's dad, was Edward Piggies Sr. Yep, but I wrote this song for him, Edward III. Y'all, let's sit back and chill and listen to this. We got a lot of good information. A lot of information we're gonna recap, but we actually got the sound clip of an actual legit news station, CBS News, actually confirming that the feds have just got on the case. They haven't been on the case, even though the sheriff, when he had his first or second press conference, the one after they found Nolan Wells' body, the sheriff said that different agencies like the feds and all of that was helping out when they wasn't helping out in the first place. That right there drew the feds and made them come up. Plus what we have been saying, the feds needed to get on this. Day before yesterday, we was like, the feds need to get on it because it's taking the sheriff department too long. Plus the family and their attorneys have already showed that they can't trust the sheriffs. Yep. And we got some more info on Katie. They calling her his girlfriend, but she wasn't his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the same information, but it's an actual news station or either I think either Law and Crime or Court TV. One of those stations is actually talking about her and Nolan's situation and how she could possibly be a suspect. Like, we've been calling her guilty and saying that she got responsibility in this shit too, because we know that she knows what happened if she didn't do it because of her family's name. Yeah, her and her mom throwing them parties for the neighborhood, like on Friends and Neighbors, another Apple TV series that I believe everybody should watch. But yeah, we got some more information on Katie ass. She could be the motherfucking killer. But then we got the GPS on the boys' boat, and when they called in around 3 or something like that. And all I'm saying is, if you called in around 3 and the operator asked you if all the passengers were okay, and you said yes, is it because y'all had already took care of Nolan? Is it because y'all already killed Nolan? Yeah, the feds need to look at y'all boat a little bit closer. Because we don't really care where your boat went if your boat didn't go off course, because that's something you're gonna think about as a killer. My boat going off course, GPS, just like you think about the cars. Yeah, I believe y'all had something planned for Nolan anyway, because you didn't meet him at the docks out there in Ocean Springs. You didn't meet him at the docks, having to meet y'all at the docks. You had him to meet you at your house. Leave his car at your house and then drive with you to the docks in your vehicle. So of course you was Nolan's only safety net. You was his only safety net. Yeah, and I believe that. I believe either y'all did that because y'all already had a plan to set him up or humiliate him, trying to hook him up with Katie, or acting like you're trying to hook him up with Katie, thinking that, oh, she ain't gonna go because he's a black guy and her family is prestigious. Well, he's a fucking prestigious black guy. He's a sports player, a future millionaire or billionaire. That's what he was. Yeah, contracts for the NFL and the NBA, NLB, all of that shit. Nowadays, the contracts for American sports are real inflated. Folks say Nike gave LeBron $1 billion. I say, yeah, Nike gave LeBron $1 billion, but I'm sure he was worth $1 billion, over $1 billion before they gave him $1 billion. He had already signed from 5 to 7 contracts, all of them over $200 million for 2 to 5 years. Are y'all not forgetting this? Are y'all not forgetting when Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and Bosh was in Miami and they was called the three-peat, and then LeBron came over there and fucked all of that shit up? And then the NBA want to give Miami a motherfucking ring because LeBron with them? And he got 2 rings with them. I believe he played 3 or 4 years with him though. So he got 2 rings when he first went over there, and then that last year or that last 2 years he couldn't get another ring with him. What'd he do? He went back to the Cavaliers. Yeah. He had got 2 contracts. The first 200 some thousand with Miami Heat in them, he made that. Then they re-signed him after their first 2 years and tried to get another one, a third one, and he couldn't do it. Because Wade and Bosh them, all of them, they was like, man, we want to go. Well, Bosh and Chris Paul, like, we want to go. We ain't getting the ball. Our scores ain't up no more. Goddamn it, every time y'all pay LeBron the ball, it's for him to score. He went to the Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving was over there. Kyrie Irving, for every game in the championships, when they made it to the championships finals, for every game when they was focusing on getting that ring, Kyrie Irving hit the same amount of points as LeBron. If LeBron hit 40, Kyrie hit 40. If LeBron hit 41 or 42, Kyrie hit 41 or 42. Yeah, and they gave Kyrie no motherfucking they gave him no props for that shit. They only gave LeBron props for that shit. And when they won a ring together, them folk wanted to talk to LeBron, not to Kyrie. So he left. Kyrie left while LeBron was there. Kyrie left and went to the Boston Celtics, my team, my favorite team. I'm a diehard Boston Celtics fan. Kyrie went over to the Boston Celtics. Right, left LeBron there. LeBron started losing again. The next year, LeBron lost again. Right? Cavaliers had gave his ass already. Cavaliers had gave LeBron over 200,000 and made him the face, 200 million for his contract, and made him the face of the Cavaliers. Then when he wanted to be a free agent, they let him go. Cause he able to get him again, like right now when the Lakers want to get rid of his ass. Right? But they got rid of him and he went to the Lakers. The first contract Lakers gave him was over 250 million for like 2 years. Then they renewed after he won a ring or two with them. Well, he took a while. He was trying to get what's the guy name? The guy he went up there to Toronto. Kuwait. Yeah, he tried to get Kuwait. Kuwait didn't want to come play with him. He said, I don't want to come play on a team with nothing but stars and LeBron. Kuwait was trying to do his own thing. He was the next thing up after Derrick Rose for the Chicago Bulls. Kuwait was the next thing up. And the Chicago Bulls wanted him. But he went with the Toronto Raptors. LeBron stayed with the Lakers, I don't know, 8 to 10 years. With 4 or 5 $200 million something dollar contracts. Then he bought his son over there, and they had to give his son a couple of tens of millions. And the nigga can't even play good off the bench. He should have been on the bench. But because LeBron is on our team and he's close to the GM, they're going to allow Bronny James to play ahead of Lamar Odom, a legend. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? LeBron hopped from bandwagon to bandwagon just to get them rings. Yeah, Michael Jordan ain't the only nigga that got 6 rings. Every nigga that stayed with the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. As long as Michael Jordan had a career, from Dennis Rodman to Coach, all of them niggas, they got 6 rings. The bench players that we never heard about on Chicago Bulls back in that day with Michael Jordan, them folk got 6 rings. Michael Jordan didn't just do that shit for himself. He did it for the whole team, Chicago Bulls. When you ask him, who you get your 6 rings with, Michael Jordan? All 6 of your rings with. Did you get them with different teams? He gonna tell you, no, I got them all with the Chicago Bulls. You ask LeBron if he ever do get 6 rings, which they might, wherever he go, they might give that team the championship, give LeBron his 6th ring and give his son his 1st ring. Yeah, but you ask LeBron, man, how you get your 5 rings? Well, 2 of them I got with Miami Heat. 1 of them I got with the Cavaliers. 2 or 3 of them I got with the Lakers. You play for the Lakers now? No, I play for... Come on, man. That nigga was hopping the bandwagon just to get the rings. That's what's up. That's what's up. SSJ Neon. Yeah. I'm repping your set for sure. Now my grandma, she Kenyan. You know what I'm saying? So I got family roots in Kenya and Southtown, Cape, Africa. Hey, Wolf Rots. Man, y'all make sure y'all liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I want y'all to come back for sure and enjoy this. But yeah, man. That was just a little sports, you know what I'm saying? Just a little talk, a little powwow about real sports and shit like that. Cause like I said, these guys didn't play sports. You know what I'm saying? The 3 white boys, Tracestin Shepard, these niggas didn't play sports. You know what I'm saying? Nolan Wells, he was the next up. As far as sports, NFL, yeah. Yeah, he was gonna be a billionaire. For sure. Cause them NFL contracts and NBA contracts inflated. If you a star player on the team or a starting member in football got 11, 12 starting members, you can guarantee that your shit is gonna be over 150 million when they sign you. So you just think about NFL contracts. Quarterbacks and shit, they get the most. 400, 500 million for 2 to 5 years. Wide receivers get next up. Wide receivers and running backs, they next up. Then the defensive line, they next up because they protect the quarterback. That guy that hurt the ball in the middle, the biggest guy, he get the next biggest paycheck. Then everybody else down after that. Yeah, so Nolan Wells, he had good shit headed for him. But yeah, we finna get ready to get into it. Thank y'all for the likes. Everybody who's liking the video. Thank y'all for the subscribes. Everybody who's subscribing to the channel. Before we get our way into the story, y'all grab y'all drinks, grab y'all blunts, y'all cigars. Get ready to roll up. I'm gonna give y'all some time. I'm finna play this song that I wrote in 2020 after my big cousin passed. North Memphis, Frazier, where Juicy J, Project Pat, DJ Paul, them, most of 3-6 Mafia. That's where my big cousin was from, Frazier. He was one of the first guys to start that juking stuff that you see Memphis doing, pop locking and shit like that. But we call it juking here in Memphis. Yeah, so it really hurt me bad that I couldn't say bye to him. couldn't see him on his last breaths. No one could in the family. He got hit walking across Fraser Boulevard, the main street out there in Fraser, Bay Area. He got hit by some kind of Challenger, Camaro, or Charger, something that sit low. He got hit by the car, and they kept on going. He got caught up under the car, and it drug him for 3 miles and killed him. So he died up under the car suffering, right? And they kept on going. Yeah, so I wrote this song because I ain't get to say goodbye to my cousin. I ain't see him in the hospital. He didn't get to go to the hospital, and they try to save his life. So, yeah, y'all vibe with me on this joint. I'm a dedicated to Nolan Wells, and I'm finna roll up right quick. Then we gonna get into these clips, these audio clips. We gonna hear about the FBI on the case from Law and Crime. We gonna hear something from TMZ, something from CBS News, and a couple of things from the news station out there in Mississippi, Ocean Springs news station. But yeah, man, y'all sit back, relax, get your shit, and we finna get into it in a minute. Let me go on here, roll up, and let me play this song. It's called Edward the Third. I hope y'all like this shit. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel.
And my family out in Memphis holding on, running back, running back, running back, running back, running back. I got 2 bitches for niggas who is
trap jumping like I'm rap bumping cause I'm
you know what, if I catch a body, come on,
drum them down, make them sick.
If I catch them filing on my can, I'ma make them listen. Why you had to go, cuz you my old love. We was out here in the street like we were homeless. Yes, sir. These bitches know us. They do. These niggas hated us. They do. When I catch a nigga slipping, I'ma hit him up. I will with that fucking 100-round weight. Can't duck.
Bitch, I'm a big buck.
These niggas
Dicks tuck. Put that new Glock 6 on them and run them up.
20
Put my 5 deuce Crips on them and beat them up. I just got the news that my cuz left me. God help me, I'ma kill a nigga epilepsy. I'ma have to shoot him if he tests me. Fuck these niggas like I'm Bill and they Lewinsky. I love my daughters to death cause they believe in me.
They do.
Oh, it ain't no crossing, and I don't do this often. Bitch, but I'm flossing like I'm bossing. R.I.P. to Lil Pootie, you off duty and I'm mad. They gon' have to take a nigga out, cause I've had. I remember going and getting the stick from Miss Gladys, jumping off the porch with a limp like I pissed my pants. Then I shoot that whole 30 clip, they call that Zatarans. Bitch, when them hoovers catch you slipping, they gon' run your ass. You my old love.
We was out here in these streets like we were homeless. These bitches know us.
These niggas hated us.
So when I catch a nigga slipping, I'ma hit him up. I was with that fucking 100-round
where
weight.
he can't duck. Bitch, I'm a big buck. These niggas dicks tough.
Bitch, put that new Glock 6 on him and run him up.
Put my 5 deuce Crips on him and beat him up. Bitch, I'm 20 mob, die slow or get robbed. I influence niggas off a fed charge.
I did, yeah.
I'ma beat a nigga if he acting hard.
I will.
These niggas fucking hilarious, ho. Kevin Hart. Yeah, I'ma take it to the next level. Will Ferrell, a Red 4 and a Fanta. Call it Adam Sandler. Riding down Fraser, bumping Panda with business to handle. They took my cousin away, so I'm up in the standard. Bitch, I want 20 up front, since you don't know what happened. Serving niggas grandmas just to get the Tesla. They said I need to go to church like I know better. When they come and tithing with me like I'm their rapper. What, bitch?
I'm your rapper.
What?
I'm your rapper.
What,
bitch?
bitch?
I'm your rapper.
What?
Huh? Why you had to go, cuz? You my old love. We was out here in the streets like we were home, love. Why you had to go, cuz?
Run it back.
Run it back.
Run it back. Your ass all the way, we all up in outer space. Before I grab your waist, right before I get a taste. Take off that lace, damn that pussy tight. Put it in my face. Promise I won't bite. This that fucking 12 play. Yeah, she sensitive, baby, let your nigga in. Yeah, it's primitive, through my hole I live again. That pussy synonym, wetter than the dope, so when she let me ride that boat she in. I sell it dope and make it money, buy a coach again. I take her out when she about her, suck this dick again. She in them thongs, ass out like she from Michigan. I bet the neighbors know my name, cause they listening. Yeah. She in them thongs, assed out like she from Michigan. I bet the neighbors know my name, cause they listening. Oh, 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 yeah. Let me smell that coochie, beat it up, then smell that coochie, yeah. Do you wear that coochie, never make you smell that coochie, yeah. Buy that coochie, coochie, then that motherfucker juicy, yeah. Buy that coochie, coochie, bitch, you know you special to me. It's Blockstar, baby. Yeah, y'all. We finna get ready to get into it. I'm finna find these clips right quick while I'm letting this next song play. Y'all ready? Come on in. I thank y'all for the love.
I
thank y'all for the love, man.
Put that shit up on it. Yeah, the screw respect the young nigga like a ghost. 223 with the scope, I'ma let it go. Yeah,
Slim Jones, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you.
See that pussy up close like a microscope.
She said I kill that pussy. Damn, I cut it close. You my queen pin hoe, let these bitches know. Yeah, let these bitches know. I'ma let these niggas know. Baby, let your issues go.
Yeah,
and I'ma love you more.
Yeah.
Fuck the feds and the DA hoe.
Yeah.
Pray the judge send the nigga home. It's blocks out on the block. Aguilera in my socks. Calabasas on my cock. This is not that straight drop. Hold, this that crock pot. I'm with a bad bitch and she gon' give me top. If my bitch find out, she gon' kill her op. Yeah, she love her mom, and I love her mom, but she forgot about her son. I'm a light one, Shiny, she the bright one. Bitch, I'ma fight some. Joe got that 100-round drum, he gon' shoot some. Yeah, I'ma pay my nigga bond. What's the price, huh? Kroger bag full of money, like she buying some. Be like she gon' take it off, like fuck a nun. Yeah, holding on heavy like I'm Big Pun. Yeah, I told her cut the dope. She said we cut close. I told her get the scale, get up on it, put that shit up on it. Yeah, the streets respect the young nigga like I'm ghost. 223 with the scope, I'ma let it go. Yeah, she knows she my hoe, I won't let her go. Let me see that pussy up close like a microscope. Yeah, she told me kill that pussy. Damn, I cut it close. You my queen pin hoe, let these bitches know. Yeah. Y'all ready? I'm gonna get that clip.
Yeah, lots I am in back, smoking motherfucking back. Baby, pass me the Russian cream. When I roll that hoe up, I want you to light it up and smoke that bitch back.
11 o'clock, I'm in my Chevy box, cruising the streets. Yeah, I got a whole in the back, and that bitch got a feed. Yeah, I pull up with the 9 like a Haitian. Baby, keep calling, I would never keep her waiting. I get that money, tell her count that for me, baby. Count that for me, baby. Count it. Yeah, 9 o'clock on the dot, lick your spot. Yeah, make you hot, buy you plot, fly you out. Yeah, fly them birds down south when it's a drought, they run my town. Yeah, let's talk about what you wanna talk about. I'm from the south, she like that slang come out my mouth. I want her mouth, but God is all she talk about. My God is all she talk about. I am all she think about. Baby, what you drinking now? Baby, what you drinking now? We pour that I walk up 3 rounds. Uppercut that hoe around. I stay next door to Orange Mound. And my whole apple round. I put it on my mouth. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, put it on my mouth. She let me eat her out. Ski ain't no pulling out. Yeah, we gon' have another baby. Put that on my town. Yeah, my bitch is down. I'm in Castilla. This was 8 off shit. I rush it now. Yeah, what she talking about? Yeah, I'ma figure out. Yeah, she gon' come around. Yeah, Muhammad Ali. Yeah, I'ma knock you down. Yeah, and they coach shit you the flyest, baby, spin around. Yeah, let me take you out after I take you down. Your body is my playground. Let me lick you up and down, make you feel like a woman should. Yeah, it seems like you ready. Seems like you ready. Seems like you ready. Girl, it's hot and heavy. Girl, it's hot and heavy. Bitch, it's hot and heavy. Seems like you ready. 11 o'clock. I'm in my Chevy box. You in the street. Yeah. I got a whole fucking kilo in the back. And that bitch got a feed. Pay up, nigga. I pull up with that 9 like a Haitian. Baby, keep calling, I will never keep her waiting. I get that money, tell her, count that for me, baby. Count that for me, baby. Count it, count it, count it, count it, count it. Yeah, count it, count it, count it, count it, count it. Yeah, count it, count it, count it, count it, count it. Yeah, count it, count it, count it, count it, count it. Yeah. Y'all know what this is. This is Blockstar MS Analytics. They know who we are. We are Blockstar Analysts. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna analyze the fuck out of some shit. I thank y'all chat. I love y'all chat for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to become a part of the family. Right? You wanna be a part of the family. Because when we monetize, just like us monetizing will be a gift to me, my family, my chat analysts will receive a gift. The first 1,000 people I get, I will try to find a gift that I can send all 1,000 of my new subscribers when we get ready to monetize. I want to gift y'all for gifting me and helping me reach my goal, helping me reach our goal. Yeah, because we all in this together. Y'all know what we talking about. We talking about Nolan Wells. We got a lot of new shit. A lot of shit we gonna go back over and everything like that. We got some new information on Katie, right? And how if it wasn't the boys who killed Nolan, it could have been Katie. And we finna break this down and see how it could have been Katie if it's not the boys. Then we're gonna break down this shit about the navigation, GPS, right? We don't really care about where the boat went, right? Because they could have still dumped Nolan's body out in the water on the way back to Mississippi from Horn Island, right? Then they got a police call, a 911 call, where they call the operator and say that the boat is taking on water, the boat is sinking. Could it be that the altercation from Nolan and them trying to throw him off the boat or throw him into the water where he could possibly sink? Could it be that Nolan said, can't believe you motherfuckers is gonna kill me like this, and leave my family with questions? I can't believe y'all would do this to me, and my family don't even know that y'all would do this to me. Could it be that Nolan tried to sink the boat because they wanted to throw him in the water and he knew that he wouldn't be able to make it in those waves that they was trying to throw him in? So through the tussle, he punctured the boat because they were overpowering him and he was tired and couldn't fight back anymore and knew he was going overboard. Could he have punctured the boat to leave evidence, a trace of evidence behind, so we could know that something happened? Because how would a boat in such good condition get punctured from the inside, right? And right now we still don't know exactly where the boat was taking on water, exactly where it was punctured. But could it be that Nolan did that? Punctured the boat? Could it be that they took Nolan's phone in the tussle? He dropped his phone but still had his keys. And when they threw him into the water, could it be that he stabbed his keys into the side of the boat? Not trying to puncture the boat, but to leave evidence that he think that the white boys wouldn't see. So when they pull up and they don't see his keys hanging out the side of the boat where he created a hole, and they make this lie up, when the investigation go down, we find the keys in the side of the boat. We don't know. But we gon' for sure ask the feds, since they on the case. Hey, feds, can y'all investigate the boat and take the boat in as evidence and see where it was punctured and how it was punctured? Because we have Nolan keys still. His dad got them. So if it's a key puncture, you all have the right, after confiscating the boat for evidence, to ask the parents, can you confiscate Nolan's keys for evidence to match the keys to the puncture hole, to see if it was Nolan trying to tell us something. And then for them to call the operator and say, and when the operator say, is everyone okay on the boat? For them to say, yes, everyone's fine. Nolan wasn't on the boat. So why didn't you say everyone on the boat is fine? But we did come with our friend, a black guy, and we couldn't find him. And we gotta go and tell his mom and dad that we can't find him. Why didn't y'all do that? Is it because y'all knew that they would send the police also? And the police would have opened up an investigation right then on your friend, and they would have had to confiscate your boat right off the back, not giving you time to clean it or whatever the fuck you did to it? Could it be? Could it be, my chat analyst? I don't know. But we damn sure finna find out. How you doing, Armado? What's up, William? Hey, Keisha. What's up, Kane Cooper? Let me say what's up to everybody. What's up, baby Hellcat 2? Thank you, baby Hellcat. Yeah, man, I write at least a song every day or every other day. More every day, so. And I record it right after I write it. I don't produce beats. Most of my beats I bought from KE on the track, who made Roscoe Dash, Rex on Rex on Rex. He made the Future Magic song. Yeah, shit like that. What you said, Great Dane? Great Dane XLKS. Yeah, that boat should have been taken in right off the back. Because that's the boat that Nolan left in and was supposed to come back in. So that should have been evidence too. But obviously, because the stepmom is a judge, like I said in previous lives, yesterday, the night before, and the week before, and the week before that, the judge must have the sheriff in her pocket to the point where she like, don't investigate my kid or his friends, or I have your fucking badges. And guess what? The sheriff ain't been investigating them. So the feds then had to step in. What's up? Put name here. Hold my noodle. Look mad. No, I don't have any carrots. But what's up? What's up? Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We finna get into this first clip. And it's just an introduction on what we've been talking about. New audio, basically, from Nolan Wells' death investigation. And I'm finna light this bitch up. Y'all go ahead, light up.
Tonight, new audio shedding light on the moments before some of Nolan Wells' friends left Horn Island off the coast of Mississippi. A mom of one of the friends last week said the group left without Nolan when their boat began malfunctioning.
A mom of the group, so that means one of the white boys' moms, said that they left after the boat, they left Horn Island after the boat started malfunctioning. To try to get the boat back, right? This the thing though. If the boat started malfunctioning and you with a friend and you can't find that friend and you know he came with you, why didn't you just pull the boat, pull it all the way up damn near on the shore of Horn Island so it would drift away? Anchor it down, right? And then call for help. And I know people gonna say, they had no cell phone service. Most of them people that's going to Horn Island are rich, wealthy, or well off. They got boats and can obviously afford fuel to travel across the ocean from Mississippi to a small island that's 15 to 30 minutes away from Mississippi, right? And one thing I know about most men that have boats, they have an emergency kit. If they got a boat, goddamn it, they rich or they wealthy. Even if it was passed down to them. Either they family rich or they family wealthy, or either they rich or they wealthy, right? But every man I know that got a boat, that take it out on the ocean and on rivers and shit and go fishing and go on boat trips, goddammit, around the coast and shit like that, each one of them got an emergency kit with what you call a sat phone. Because they know some places out there on that water, they not gonna be able to reach people. Watch this though. Also, each boat has a radio. It comes with a radio where you can be able to dispatch to the nearest boat. Even if it's not authorities on the water that you dispatch to, you can dispatch to the nearest boat that might be closer to shore. It might be closer to the police or wherever their police station is that's near the water, or the Marines, to where they can dispatch the call for you. But you can't tell me for 1 second that they cell phones didn't work out there. Cause he didn't call the operator on the boat's radio. He called on his cell phone. The white boy called the operator on his cell phone, right? So it was some kind of service. The service was still, they wasn't too far. Horn Island isn't far enough away from Mississippi's coast to not have any cell phone signal at all. Obviously. How else did he call them folks and let them know when he got on the phone with the operator that the boat was taking on water? Can y'all come and help us? And everybody's okay on the boat. But he don't mention his missing friend. All of this shit just not sounding right. Unless you got something to do with your missing friend, why else wouldn't you not mention your missing friend to the operator? Or did something happen with Katie and y'all helped her so she wouldn't get in trouble and go to jail? And y'all fucked up, got y'all self in this situation. And that's why Mama Judge done stepped in. Come on, man. Tell me, y'all. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. For those of you who just coming in, make sure you comment down below and let us know that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to shout you out and put you on blast. Let everybody show you some love for subscribing. Unless I was there, I can't say shit. That has some truth to it. But my nigga, I'm not saying shit off, I know this happened or I know that happened. I'm saying shit off investigation, off analyzation. We analyzing the situation here just like as if we were some investigators and we're trying to figure it out and puzzle the pieces together to get it figured out. Just like we've been doing. We puzzled the pieces together and said that there wasn't Nolan in the pool. If there was 1 a.m., there wasn't Nolan in the pool because he was already dead. You know what they came out and said about that picture? They said it was Nolan in the pool, but it was a month ago. The picture just aired on the internet. So guess what? If that picture wasn't a month ago, we would have been right. But we were still right because there wasn't Nolan in no pool at 1 a.m. after he had died. There was Nolan in the pool a month ago. We analyzed shit and said this shit is moving too slow for Ben Crump and people like Al Sharpton to be on the case. And the family done hired Ben Crump as their lawyer. One of the biggest civil rights activists on this side of the earth. We said he need to contact Washington. He need to challenge our president and get him to get the feds on there. Get him to get the feds to get on the case. The next day, yesterday morning when we woke up, everybody was saying the feds just got on the case. So that's what we do here. We analyze shit. And we analyze it to the fullest. We take every little bit and piece of information that we can find and we analyze it to the fullest. And most of the time, 99.9% of the time, we are right here at Analytics. Me as lead analyst and all my chat analysts, we are right. Most of the time, we be right. So we're going to continue to do this. We want you to join in, Jared Wellman 8099. We want you to join in. You right, we don't wait on the facts. We analyze the situation and draw conclusions which lead to us drawing facts. Because most of the shit we say here is true, my guy. We don't say allegedly because we analyze it to the T. We look at everything and then we ask those questions behind it. Just like a detective would do. Just like the sheriff's department supposed to be doing, but they wasn't, so the feds have now stepped in. And guess what they doing? They doing the same thing we doing. They watching the videos, listening to sound clips, listening to what everybody's saying, hold on, he just said this. Could it be that he had something to do with it, or someone's paying him to say this? This is some shit that the feds will say. We doing the same thing. Yeah, could it be that somebody's paying Tristan off to throw the narrative? I believe so. Thank you, the real Misha. Thank you, Lala Go Harder. Yeah, these are some of my regular chat analysts. They know. That's why the whole time I'm talking, they like, true that. Thank you, for real. Period. Yeah. All of that. Huh? That's what it is. Y'all like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's hear the rest of this clip. I'm finna light this blunt back up.
Thinking, can y'all please count?
NBC News has obtained audio as part of a records request that details the group calling for towing assistance.
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's off the way.
Nolan went to the island in a boat with...
The operator said, is everybody on board? Good besides that. The white boy said, yeah, everybody's awesome. For those of you who couldn't hear what he said when he said, I know y'all probably heard, yeah, everybody, but you couldn't hear the last word. He said, yeah, everybody's awesome. Y'all awesome and y'all can't find y'all friend? Or are y'all awesome because y'all done got rid of y'all competition? And whatever y'all got rid of him for, now it's open it like y'all open to get it, or open to have it, or open to be it. Like, we have to ask ourselves these questions, right? Because that's gonna lead us to the answers. Before the police get it, before the sheriffs get it, before the lawyers get it, before the DA get it, before the grand jury get it, before the feds get it, before the FBI, anybody. Before they get it, it's going to lead us to the answers. And we know thus far, they've already got back in the autopsy results. Right before the day that they met with the grand jury and the district attorney's office with the lead DA, white woman, who said the grand jury will be drawing charges after the full investigation is complete, which means they not waiting on being crumped them no more. They not waiting on the sheriffs. The feds done taking over. So they waiting for the feds to get everything that they have. Right? Because the feds, they draw conclusion off the information that they've received. So even if they don't know that the white boys killed Nolan, if all the evidence point to they hiding something like they killed Nolan, the feds will draw them charges up against them and prove in court why they believe that these folk took Nolan's life. Yeah. We know they gonna put up some tampering with evidence charges, which holds up to 20 years because they deleted shit out of his phone. And they took his phone and his keys from the island before reporting him missing and letting his parents know. So they moved evidence. Yeah, they moved evidence. And what happened to his extra pair of clothes that he had on the boat? Because his parents thought he had on blue shorts, I believe. But a white girl called his mom, and we got that interview where his mom is saying, white girl called me that was actually on the island. And she said that Nolan didn't have on the blue shorts that his blue swim shorts, he had on his black ones. And his mom like, how can they get that wrong? Because his blue shorts is that royal blue. It's his football team, the Groundhogs, that light blue that he be wearing. But he had on black shorts. So how y'all confuse blue shorts with black shorts? And what did they find his body? What shorts did they find on his body? Did they find blue shorts on his body? Did somebody change his shorts? We don't know. We finna know though, once the feds bring out this affidavit. We waiting for them to drop that. It might drop early in the morning. Might drop 6 a.m., 8 a.m. We don't know. We gonna find out though. Let's go.
Friends on July 4th. His body was
Y'all
found
like
2
the
days
video?
later. It's
Subscribe to
unclear
the
whether
channel.
Nolan was with anyone when he disappeared. This as the search for answers in the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells continues. His family's attorneys saying they'll now...
Yep. William Lynch, you been keeping up with it too. You right. Jared's swimming lessons don't help in the ocean. Not when the current's high. And they said it was a storm on the horizon, so there were strong winds out further into the water. And if he got caught out there, it was no way he was gonna fight them waves or swim through them waves. You know, waves clashing and falling is repeatedly. The wave might start 10 miles away from the coast, right? And the wave will be real big and it'll roll over and smack the top of the water, smack the water surface, right? But when it smacks the water surface, it's not smacking it and just staying on top. The wave is smacking the water surface and cutting down through the water, and it's just rolling in a circle, and it comes back up a little bit smaller and smacks and cuts again, till it gets all the way to the shore where it's just a light wave pushing up on the shore. So the further you out, the harder the waves clash, the bigger the waves are, the harder it is to swim. So like I said, when you out there and you try and swim against them waves, the water pull you down because it's like fighting against the water. When you out that far, you need to just let them waves push you back to a shore. So you just try to lay on top of the water. Just try to keep still. The waves will take you to land. But as long as you're trying to swim against the waves and they smacking down on top of you, the water is gonna pull. It's like fighting against the water when you're drowning. As long as you're moving and doing all of this, it's constantly pulling you down. The water is able to drown you. But if you treat it like a swimming lesson and just spread your feet and spread your arms, your body will react like a floaty on top of the water, and the water will be able to push you back to shore. But a lot of people don't know that. Unless you got a scuba diving outfit on, where when that water push you down, you can go under and swim and breathe. Because when you swimming through the water, inside the water, there's waves, but the waves are not as intense as the waves that's on the water surface. Right at the top. So you're able to swim through with a scuba diving, you know, and scuba gear on and shit like that, like the Navy SEALs would. But the Navy SEALs, even with, they're gonna take a speedboat through the harsh water, and when they get close enough to the shore, they're gonna get out the little speedboat, they're gonna stab that motherfucker so it can sink, the motor will sink it, right? Then they're gonna scuba dive, swim their ass up to the shore and creep on the shore, and then take off that gear, push that gear into the sand, bury that gear in the wet sand, right? Put their dry shit on, and then they gonna hit the terrain. But the Navy SEALs ain't even swimming through the water out in the ocean. They know it's too hard to fight it. Yep. Jerry, you learned it for sure. You heard the chat analyst? They fuck with you tough, man. They fuck with you tough. They said you learned it for sure, man. Hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We want you here, man. Your opinion counts too. I'm going to take everything into consideration, and then I'm going to give you my opinion. And hopefully we can put our opinions together and come up with a fact. Jared Keisha here said, what state you in?
Work side by side with investigators to analyze Nolan's cell phone.
So everybody will be able to see at the same time what the cell phone has.
Nolan's parents previously said they believe content may have been deleted from the phone. The case will be presented to a Mississippi grand jury once the investigation is complete. The local district attorney telling NBC News,
once the investigation complete, it will be presented to a grand jury. Now, the news outlets, I believe they've been told by the feds, don't push to the speculation of this new information about the grand jury bringing charges. Don't push to the speculation of that they have some guilt on someone or they found someone guilty, because they don't want anyone to flee. They don't want anyone to try to leave, right? So as long as the media is saying the grand jury is gonna could possibly bring up charges instead of gonna bring up charges, like Ben Crump said, the lead district attorney told him that the grand jury will be bringing, he said will in the press conference, and we gonna play the press conference. He said we'll be bringing charges after the full investigation is complete. The feds like, please, you fucked up, Ben. You got our folks scared. So when we give it to the news channels, we're gonna tell them to push the narrative that that doesn't mean that we found evidence that someone has killed Nolan, or that doesn't mean that we found evidence to be able to lock someone up. That just means that whatever we have, the grand jury will look over it to see if they can bring charges, or if it was any kind of foul play. That's what they want. That's what the grand jury, that's what the court system, the DA, and the feds want Nolan's killers to believe. That way, when they come and they announce these charges, whenever the feds get ready to announce these charges, the district attorney and the grand jury, the feds will do a sweep. If they have anyone to lock up, the feds are gonna hit their properties or wherever they at simultaneously, meaning damn near all together. But it's gonna be like 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning when they least expect it, and everyone's sleep, because they don't want you to be able to run. When they kick your door, they don't want you to be able to run from them. They want you to be just waking up so they can be able to control the situation. Because a lot of people don't know, when you go to sleep, your brain goes to sleep. When you wake up, your brain is still asleep. It has to calibrate your surroundings, what's going on, and what you're finna get ready to do for the day. That's why, like, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'll be sitting on the side of the bed. Like, I get straight up, sit up and kind of stretch and just take a deep breath. And my wife will ask me a question or have a couple of questions to ask me. And they may be simple questions. But I tell her, give me a minute. I just got up. I don't even feel like thinking. I don't even feel like answering a question or figuring out an answer right now. That's because my brain is still asleep and I'm giving it enough time to wake up. Right? Usually my brain wakes all the way up 100%, not after I sit up 5 or 10 minutes after I sit up, but after I sit up and then I go to the restroom, I use the restroom, wash my hands, wash my face, brush my teeth, breathe, come back out, get ready to look for some clothes to put on, and get ready to iron my clothes before I put them on. When I get ready to look for some clothes, about that 30 minutes or 40 minutes after I've woken up, my brain is woke 100%. Now I can think. Once my mindset is able to get in the state of me searching for my clothes, my shoes, the socks that I'm gonna wear, because I have everything matching, right? My hat, all of that shit. When my brain is ready for that, then I know I'm ready to talk. Now my wife can come in the room and say, babe, what you want for lunch? Do you want some breakfast? Do you want me to fix you something to drink for lunch, or are you going to buy you something to drink? Then I can answer all them questions, no problem. You going to take out the garbage before you go? Yeah. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But your brain is not fully woke when you first get up. So that's why the feds like to hit like that. They don't really get a lot of fight when they hit at those times of day, unless they hitting something like a cartel leader or something like that in the state, some shit like that where they got security or motherfuckers up all day with guns and shit like that. They hit you hard, fast, and quick. By the time they brains wake up, they'll be in the back of a squad car. In handcuffs. No escape. That's why I said, if there was any foul play and they believed that, one of them believed that they were Nolan's true best friend and this shit is killing them, holding it in, they need to go to the police right now. The sheriffs, the feds, they need to go to them right now. Because after this investigation is done, it ain't no saving your ass. One of they ass go right now and tell everything. They'll get a deal and this shit get swept under the rug for them. But if they don't, everybody going down for one person's actions. Unless they all had something to do with it. One person controlled everybody. One person did the most but made everybody join in so he'll have something on him. Putting fear in motherfuckers' hearts and shit like that. Like, we don't know how sinister this shit went. This shit could have went way sinister. This shit could have went not sinister. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere near sinister. It could have truly all been an accident. But if it was truly all an accident, it's still questions of, well, why would you keep his phone and delete all his Snapchat posts that he ever made? His text messages, all his text messages. Not just the ones to you, the ones to Katie, the ones to his mom, the ones to his dad. She said it was no text message in the feed. And that's just not her son. And you got his keys. His truck is at your house. His dad come over, you lie to his dad and say you don't know where the keys at. You was planning on ditching the truck. How you don't know where the keys at? They right up in your room on top of your game system. The other boy in the house had to call the girl that was over there with him last night and ask, had she seen Nolan keys? And she said, yeah, it's right up on such and such Xbox in his room. Nolan dad had stepped out of the house by then just to breathe because of the way the boy was talking to him. And talking about he don't know where Nolan's keys at. So after the phone call, the other boy went into the house and went into bruh's room and got the keys off top of his game system and brought them out to the dad and said, here they are right here, I found them. And the dad was able to go home with the keys. But y'all still had the phone. That was before they got the phone. I didn't even say, such and such got the phone too. Y'all wasn't planning on giving up the phone, but the mama tracked it and went to the boy's house with one of her friends, her female friends, and the female friend went up there to the door and got the phone for her. After they denied that they had the phone up in the house. Yeah, Nolan's mom had to show his mom that the GPS tracked it right to her house. And when she went back up in there, talked to her son, she came back up out with that phone. So it's like, why is all of this happening if y'all had nothing to do with Nolan Wells' murder? If y'all was such his best friend. And I told y'all, they follow my trend on YouTube. They follow my trend on YouTube. All yesterday I was saying, all day before yesterday on the live, when we was talking to Tristan, I said, Tristan, in the middle of the live, we were about 2 hours in, I said, Tristan, by the way, we didn't even know Nolan had black fucking friends. To him and the young black dude on TMZ. Y'all throwing the narrative. Y'all throwing the narrative, nigga, but we never even knew that. When we first heard about Nolan and knew about Nolan, we knew he had white friends. Then when we watched them find his body, all of a sudden black friends come out of the blue and say that they were there. Well, if y'all were there, tell us what the fuck happened. Don't tell us that you just saw Nolan. For you to say that nobody murdered him, you obviously saw that nobody murdered him. You saw what happened. You allowed it to happen. Therefore, you're guilty of the murder. When the fuck was y'all even in the picture? Little black guys, little black boys, when were y'all even in the fucking picture? We never even heard of y'all. But when we started getting on them white boys' asses, them white boys didn't come out and talk and defend themselves. Right? Y'all did. Right? The young black boy on TMZ, Jaden, whatever his name is. He's defending himself and the white boys, right? And he never said that Tracestin was Nolan's friend. He said, I heard the recording and it was hard to tell, but maybe it was my other friend that was there on the beach that day. I don't think it was Nolan, because I had another friend to get into an argument, and I know it was, what was it about? They asked. He said, I don't know. I just know he was acting very hostile, and the parents of the boat wanted him off. Okay, Tristan, so maybe that's why. What was it? Okay, Tristan, you was arguing. You let them white boys send you out. Let me find out that you was arguing with Nolan. Let me find out, Tristan, that them white boys sent you out. And they took Nolan's phone. And you was right there laughing with them when they took Nolan's phone. And he saw it was easy to take your phone. And Nolan took your phone. And you was like, give me my fucking phone back. And you started getting hostile and mad at Nolan because he took your phone and the white boys took his phone. But you was right there laughing with the white boys after they took his phone. Let us find out that that's what happened. And you and them white boys got rid of them together. But everybody's focusing on the white boys, and they said, if you don't help us spin the narrative, we're gonna let everybody know that you had something to do with it too. Is that what happened, Tristan? Is that what happened? See, cause I'm a debater, my nigga. All through high school, me and my debate team at Wooddale High, we first place every debate we was in. The Great Debaters was my favorite movie as a kid, my nigga, as a teenager, my nigga. That shows you, even though I was in the streets, I wanted to be the most intelligent street nigga there was. I wanted to be smarter than all of the niggas that I hung around, so they look up to me, because knowledge is power. So I can look at this shit multiple different ways. When I started talking about the argument and the hostile and the boy saying that he don't know what was going on, like he didn't want to snitch on you and he didn't want them to know that you was in an argument with Nolan because you're not Nolan's friend. The boy said you're his friend. You and Nolan is the younger boy's friends. He told TMZ, I don't think that was Nolan. I think that was my other friend. He didn't say, I don't think that was Nolan. I think that was his other friend that's black. Every time he talked about the white boys, the young dude talked about the white boys, he talked about them and said they were Nolan friends. Those were Nolan friends. I never hung out around them, just Nolan. Just Nolan hung out around them, and he used to tell me like different things that they would do. Like when they go out and stuff and have fun. Right? Because we know they went to frat parties and everything. They was rich white boys. They big cousins, big brothers, them probably a part of the frat that they went to parties and shit like that. They got their access. They ain't even in college yet. They in high school, but they got their access because they family a part of that. You know what I'm saying? But let us find out that you was chilling with the white boys. Nolan was chilling with Katie on her parents' boat. Right? And y'all started fucking with Nolan because y'all was all jealous that he was sitting over chilling with Katie. And her folks didn't have no problem with it. Then y'all took his phone while he over there playing this shit, right? Then he got mad and grabbed the first phone that he saw, which was yours, Tristan. Then you got very angry because y'all had been drinking. And Nolan hadn't been drinking because he got to get ready to prospect the next morning. And for the D League. And that shit, they gonna go up early in the morning. 3, 4 in the morning. So y'all like he think he better than us. He grabs your phone, you got very angry, start cursing him out. Bitch, give me my phone. Give me my fucking phone. And he wanted his phone. Y'all give me my phone then. And you got real hostile with him. And Katie's parents put you off the boat. Yeah. That's what the young black boy was witnessing. That's why he didn't want to go too much into detail. Some of the 2 questions he didn't even want to answer. He said, I don't want to answer that. I don't feel like answering that. And when the detective's listening to it, if you ain't got nothing to hide, why 2 of the most important questions, the follow-up questions from what you just said with your friend arguing, 2 of the most important questions, 2 of your, what's supposed to be your most important answers, you don't want to answer them. We listen to the coach, what the coach say. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. We listen to the coach, what the coach say when they said, TMZ asked them, did you see any racial things going on there at the school? No. I've never seen any racial things going on between the kids here. Then he tried to clean it up by saying, well, you know, it might have been some racial things, but it never happened when I was around. Nigga, you mean tell me this whole time you've been working at this predominantly white school? There's no way possible that some of those kids, at least 10% or 20% of those predominantly white kids are racist. There's no way that ain't 20%, 10 or 20% of them really racist because their parents are racist. So that's what they raised around. Not saying that they're racist on purpose, but that may be what they raised around. Their parents might not like black people and don't want them to ever like black people or respect them. And you telling me you've been working at this motherfucking school, teaching and coaching, and you never seen anything racist happen. You never walked in the bathroom stall and seen nothing racist wrote on the damn stall walls like you nigger or something like that. You never seen it. That's a lie. My school was predominantly black. It was only a couple of white kids, probably 10 to 20 white kids that went to my school. When I went in the bathroom, it was still shit like that drawn in the stall. Shit like nigger. I hate blacks. I hate these stupid niggers at this school. And guess what? We don't know who wrote it. That's the purpose of the stall words. Back in school, that was the purpose of the stall words. You could feel some type of way and be mad or angry and let your rage out by going to the restroom and writing shit on the walls in the stalls. They won't know you wrote it. Unless you put your name. Niggas didn't put their name. Some folks put their gang name, a Grape Street, such and such, or some shit like that, their nickname or some shit like that that people didn't know. You know, but you see all that type of shit, gang shit wrote in the stalls, and you know, that's where the kids express some of their deepest, darkest fucking feelings in the bathroom stall with the marker or the pen on the wall. So you can't tell me as a teacher you ain't seen that shit. Yeah, it go both ways, for real. Black kids do the same thing. The black kids do the same thing.
Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter says his team has interviewed several witnesses and is working to get answers for the family. Do you feel like you're getting useful information that's been helpful to figuring out what happened?
Yes, sir. We're getting very useful information, and we appreciate the public coming forward with what they've had, and we don't want them to be hesitant.
Today, the family met with the district attorney for more than an hour.
It was just a meeting where she talked about the process. She didn't tell us any information about the investigation. We're trying to get to those answers.
As tonight, Nolan's family prepares to hold his funeral next week.
He would not want us to be sitting around crying and eating. And so what we're going to do is kind of have a party to celebrate him.
Tom, the state and independent autopsy results are not back yet. The family attorney says he does plan to release those details when he has them. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Man, kids, man. We talking about kids in school, man. Kids in school take their time.
Tonight, new audio shedding light on the moments before some of Nolan Wells' friends left Horn Island off the coast of Mississippi. A mom of one of the friends last week said the group left without Nolan when their boat began malfunctioning.
We're sinking. Can y'all please counsel?
NBC News has obtained audio as part of a records request that details the group calling for towing assistance.
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's off the way.
Nolan went to the island in a boat with friends on July 4th. His body was found 2 days later. It's unclear whether Nolan was with anyone when he disappeared. This as the search for answers in the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells continues. His family's attorneys saying they'll now work side by side with investigators to analyze Nolan's cell phone.
So everybody will be able to see at the same time what the cell phone has.
Nolan's parents previously said they believe content may have been deleted from the phone. The case will be presented to a Mississippi grand jury once the investigation is complete. The local district attorney telling NBC News that's a standard practice for cases with an unknown cause of death and not an indication that a crime was committed.
Them folk gonna open up a case. The grand jury will open up a case once the full investigation is complete. That's what Ben Crump just said. I told y'all, this shit is serious. We know for sure. We don't know if murder charges is gonna go out, right? But we know for sure 100% that tampering with evidence charges is gonna go out. Because no federal agents, no sheriff or nothing has through a press conference and said that the information that the mom was claiming that her son's phone was deleted is not true. So for them to say that it's not, for them not to say that it's not true, and for them to be asking for the phone so they can get the warrants for Snapchats and all of that type of shit and do their own investigation. Affidavit's already been written though. Like the affidavit has already started. Like what we know so far is already in the affidavit. They story of how Nolan went missing, all the questioning that they've been doing with all the other younger people that we haven't really heard from. And they probably told them after they questioned them, you can't talk about this at all on social media, Facebook, anything like that, or you will be in trouble. So that's why we ain't hearing from the people that they done question. It's not that they scared. They obviously ain't scared because they went for questioning. They ain't have to look for these people to go for questioning like they had. These are witnesses that done called in, like they had to look for the so-called friends. Y'all ain't their main friend because y'all ain't got no information letting us know what happened to that man.
Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter says his team has interviewed several witnesses and is working to get answers for the family. Do you feel like you're getting useful information that's been helpful to figuring out what happened?
Yes, sir. We're getting very useful information, and we appreciate the public coming forward with what they've had, and we don't want them to be hesitant.
Today, the family met with the district attorney for more than an hour.
It was just a meeting where she talked about the process. She didn't tell us any information.
Now look at this. Now look. True Crime was outside of the courtroom, right? When the family and Ben Crump met with the district attorney's office and the grand jury. Now they said, before they just said this shit and played the audio clip from Ben Crump in the conference saying that she just went over the process. She didn't explain nothing to us, didn't really go over nothing in the case with us. That's a lie. She went over the case with them. Them folks that was in that meeting for over an hour. You think she just did what Crump said she did for over an hour? No, them folks read through affidavits. They showed what they gotten so far and compared notes. What do y'all have so far from the autopsy? Well, this is what we got from the autopsy, but you know we're not releasing it because they saying that he might have been drinking, so we try and get a tox screen back to prove that he wasn't drinking. She like, okay, well, we already got the grand jury and they gonna draw up charges after the full investigation because you know the FBI just came in. They finna help because the sheriff's not moving quick enough. I don't know what the sheriff's got going on in that town, but it don't go on here in this courtroom behind these court walls with the district attorney's office. Yeah, she made the family know. She let the family know and Crump know that they ain't got to really worry. She finna handle this shit. We know charges might be also brought against the judge, Mama Judge, because she made the statement on Facebook talking about her son was innocent, her stepson was innocent, right? And she used the court seal on her statement that she made over Facebook, over the internet, which could poison any potential jury pool. Because you're a judge in this city, in this town, Ocean Springs. You're a judge. So you have a lot of influence. The court system has a lot of influence over the town because the court system basically gives citizens validation that they will take these dangerous people, any dangerous people off the streets and protect the citizens. So citizens listen to judges and believe what's behind those court stamps and those notary stamps. We as citizens take pride. We get something notarized, we believe in it. We believe in that notary. Yeah, so it's a whole bunch of bullshit going on. Whole bunch of confusion being drawn. But I'm gonna break this shit down for y'all and show y'all parts like that people not even listening to. They just listening to Crump talk. They not listening to what the news anchor said before they played the clip. And we sat outside the courtroom and they were in there for over an hour talking to the district attorney's office and the grand jury. And then he get out and hold a press conference for about 18 minutes in front of all of those cameras and say, when they ask, what did you all talk about the case? No, we didn't talk about the case. She just went over some guidelines with us for over an hour. Come on, y'all. We know better.
About the investigation. We're trying to get to those answers.
As tonight, Nolan's family prepares to hold his funeral next week.
He would not want us to be sitting around crying and eating. And so what we're going to do is kind of have a party to celebrate him.
Tom, the state and independent autopsy results are not back yet. The family attorney says he does plan to release those details when he has them. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
That was NBC News outside the courtroom. That's legit information. We ain't outside the courtroom, but they outside the courtroom for us. Yeah, we subscribe to their channel. Yeah. Wherever these crimes happen at, we're not just subscribed to the big news channels, CNN, ABC News, Good Morning America, NBC News, NSB, NBMS, WLXO, WLOX. We're not just following these big news channels. We also follow all the news channels in the town or the city where the situation took place. Because we know they news channels, the city's news channels, the town, wherever it took place, they news channels is going to be on top of the story first. So if we want to control the algorithm, if we want to control the internet with our information, we got to be one of the first people that get it. We always is. Because we do our homework. I do our homework. We ain't playing. You hear me? Like, this shit is serious. Give me a second, y'all. Y'all like the video. Those of you who just coming in, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We getting into it. We listening to these press conferences. We listening to the new information and voice calls and voice recordings and operators and all of that shit that we done got new on the Nolan case in the last 2 days. Nolan's Wells case, right? In the last 2 days. And we breaking it down even more. Day before yesterday, we said the feds need to be on this case. Yesterday morning, the feds got on this case. It was beautiful. Now, why my shit trying to act up on me?
Watch out, he'll get bit. Watch out, he'll get bit. Hold it. Watch out, hold it. Get him.
I don't know where the damn this damn K9 and police video come from. These folks got a damn K9 sicking them on a black guy. It's a black guy recording, saying, yeah, they ain't gonna let him get you. The police officer saying, get him, he on the ground. God damn it, trying to bag up and wrestle away from the dog. The damn K9 start turning his ass up. Right there on camera. Why the officer saying get him, why he's on the ground. That shit is crazy.
We're thinking, can y'all please count?
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's off the way.
There was a girl on Horn Island on July the 4th. Her name is Katie. Until this video,
we finna hear about Katie, right? Now, what they finna say is, until this video, you never heard nothing about Katie. Oh, we talk about Katie a lot here. For the last 4-5 days, we've been talking about Katie a lot. This is the only channel that's really been focusing on Katie also, along with the 3 young white men. We don't leave her out of nothing. Her, Katie's mom Judge, we don't leave them 3 women out of nothing. We say they just as guilty as the 3 white boys because they're trying to help cover it up. And Katie and her mom throwing the parties for the little town that they live in, Ocean Springs, and everybody knowing about their parties and everything, being invited. They like throw the biggest, best parties. All information that run through that town travel through them. At some point, it gets back to them. It gets back to them. They run the town because they run the parties. Yeah, they run the parties. So they basically run the club scene because there's probably no clubs out there. Right? So certain wealthy families throw big parties for the community. And they come out to them folk mansions, right? And they party up, goddammit. They have the best of the best. parties catered, all of that type shit, big people, famous people at they shit. Now they got their own prospect, Nolan Wells. They got him at they shit. Yeah, you can look him up. He got ESPN highlights, all that type shit through high school when they cover the high school stars and shit, and who most likely would get drafted into D League, the UHL league or UNL, whatever the fuck the other football league is called. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Besides the NFL league. You know what I'm saying? Like, this somebody that could potentially date Katie's mom's daughter, Katie. Right? Which would make them even bigger. Especially once he starts to come into his career fully. Yeah, so we've been talking about Katie. What you said, real busybodies. Thank you, Mo Better Man, thank you. Mo Better Man 6812 said UFL. Yeah, that's what it is, the UFL. I thank you for that, because I'm sure like somebody help me. What you said, William Litch, the feds will bust the whole ring. Yeah, they will bust the whole ring and hit their ass with a RICO. If it was any super foul play, capital murder. You know what I'm saying? With all the evidence tampering that they done already did, we know them charges coming. But let's get into this sound clip. I believe this is Court TV or prime time or some shit like that. They just did a story on this shit about 9 p.m. yesterday, right while I was at work. They released this 20-minute story on Katie in the background, like digging into Katie and her family and the text messages and all this shit and messages that they done put over the internet and shit, talking about they protecting Katie and shit, worried about Katie and her mom and how she feel when they should be worried about how Nolan's parents feel. I said, man, everybody in Ocean Springs fuck with Katie and her mom now. Talking about that's such and such daughter. I can't even remember Katie's mom's name, but they called her name. They said that's such and such daughter. And y'all know how they do the parties. I've been to their parties. We all been to their parties. So y'all worried about being able to get high instead of worried about this young boy just losing his life. And I gotta ask, is y'all not really worried about this young boy losing his life because he was another black kid? It's gotta be asked. Why don't y'all really care? Why y'all care more about protecting a motherfucker talking about the parties that they done threw and how everybody's been at their parties and how y'all respect their name? That's such and such. Katie is such and such daughter. Don't play with her. All that type of shit. This shit not about Katie. This shit is about Nolan Wells. 18-year-old motherfucking D-League prospect. Possible NFL, UFL prospect. He was on the radios. Everybody with a podcast and that was famous on YouTube and shit like that. Motherfuckers with podcasts that was in Ocean Springs and shit. They was calling him, getting him on their podcast, wanting to hear what he was what he had planned for the D League. Was he looking at any NFL teams that he wanted to play for? All of that type shit. The kids that he'd have mentored up into the 12th grade and going into college. All of that type shit. He was the man. That's why everybody navigated around him. And some people still not seeing it. That's why I'm beating it into everybody's head. Y'all like the video if y'all haven't already liked it. And please subscribe to the channel. We want y'all back here. We want y'all to become a chat analyst. Right? Yeah, I ain't the only analyst here. We all are analysts. Blockstar analysts. Yeah. I'm the lead analyst and y'all my chat analysts. So don't forget to subscribe. I don't want you to miss out on anything, especially while we on Nolan Wells. Right? And don't forget to like the video. Comment down below when you done it and we'll shout you out if you want to be shouted out.
Nobody covering Nolan Wells had said that name out loud. She was the last person to speak with Nolan before he disappeared. Her sister came forward publicly and confirmed.
That's another thing. She was supposedly the last person to speak to Nolan before he disappeared, right? She was. If the white boys made him disappear, they wasn't the last people to speak to him before he disappeared, because they the ones who made him disappear. She was the last one. And what he told her before he disappeared was he was going back to the boat with the guys. The boat wasn't that fucking far. He can't go nowhere else. Can't nobody hurt him on the island without anybody else seeing it. We already know Tracestin got the arguing and everybody on the island heard it from that end to that end. The only way he can get harmed and nobody see it is if somebody put him on the boat and take him away from the island where everybody eyes at. Right? It was the 4th of July. I'm sure motherfuckers had fireworks on their boats to do at nighttime on Horn Island. Wasn't nobody leaving at 3 and 4. Why did they leave so fucking early on the 4th of July? In midday? Where did you have to go after Horn Island in midday on 4th of July? They never said they had plans to see fireworks or nothing like that, and that's why they was finna go. Why did they go? Because they had just killed somebody or taken someone's life, or allowed someone's life to be taken by ocean. And they got the fuck out of there. They got the fuck out of there.
And what Katie's family says happened in those final minutes on that island does not match what Nolan's friends told the world.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
Not even close.
Like the video.
Katie is not the only thing that changed in this case. The pool party photo Benjamin Crump reposted, the image that drove nearly 1 million YouTube views in a single night, was taken 8 days before Horn.
I told y'all that pool picture was taken the previous month. It was July the 4th. It was taken, they said it was taken 8 days before. So that means it was taken 31st. It was taken around the 27th or the 28th of June. It was probably a 4th of July pool party right before the 4th of July, because so many things going on. Everybody's going to Horn Island to do fireworks and shit and spend the day at Horn Island. So they throw the party before, so they can make sure people show up. Because if they throw it on the 4th of July when everybody go to Horn Island, they most likely won't have a big show up, right? But nobody else. Katie them didn't leave the island. Katie wasn't trying to get Nolan back to her place. Katie was trying to get Nolan on her folks' boat. If she wanted him, she was trying to get it on the boat, in the bedroom that's on that junk. We know Mississippi is 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes back the other way, where they came from. This is an island that sets off from Mississippi, but Mississippi takes ownership. Mississippi gave it the name Horn Island. That's why who was it? The Senate or the Congress? Mississippi Senate or Congress, he spoke up on the Nolan Wells situation. We got that recorded. We gonna come back with that one though. I'm gonna go to sleep for a little while to get some rest before work. And before I go to work, when I wake up, I come back live. And y'all come back. Make sure y'all come back and join in around about 12. Y'all come back and we're gonna play the recording, because I think it's about 12 minutes, and break that down of what Mississippi congressmen are probably sending. I can't remember. It's one of them. We gonna break this shit down. So y'all make sure y'all come back. But like I said, we already know that he wasn't planning on going back to Katie's house. Like, Katie wasn't trying to get him to come back to the house with her, because everybody was staying on fucking Horn Island for the 4th. Nobody was leaving the time they was leaving. So why didn't they just stay there? Why they had to take their boat back? Why couldn't they just, like I said, dock the boat, anchor the boat to the island, and get somebody to call, National Guard or the police department to bring their tug out there and tow their boat back, and they just ride back with somebody else, with Nolan? It's because they wanted to clean that boat out, man. I'm telling you. I think the Fed's trying to get a warrant for that boat right now. They gotta be. The Feds, when they comb through shit, that's why they call it comb through. The Feds don't brush through shit with 1,000 bristles barely scraping the surface. They comb through shit. The comb gonna scrape the surface. It's gonna separate any hair follicles that's joined together, that might have something in between it that we can't see. Yeah, the Feds is combing through a case, not just going through it. I'm believing they're gonna confiscate their boat. They gotta see what's up with the boat. On the same day Nolan went missing, the boat took a default. Why did the boat default on the same day that Nolan went missing? Y'all gotta answer that. But before y'all answer it, they gonna confiscate the boat and do an investigation and get all the answers they need from the boat, all the assumptions they need from the boat. Then they gonna bring y'all in for questioning, and they gonna question you with the assumptions that they came up with from what they found in the boat, without even knowing what happened, because of what they know that did happen, which is y'all tamper with it. You kept his phone, you kept his keys, you deleted shit out his phone. You said everybody was okay when you knew he was missing to the operator. You made a trip there, then you made a trip back to your parents' house, to the back of your parents' house on their dock, but you kind of went out towards the island when you made this trip. You went and docked. After calling the operator, I guess they plugged your boat or whatever the fuck they did, right? And after that, you came back 5-something and you went like kind of towards Horn Island, made a big ass wide U, and went back from towards Horn Island to your house and docked at the back of your house. And they got the time stamps and everything for this. They got the time stamps. Let's hear about what Katie's sister said online.
Horn Island, and the voice Crump told Good Morning America he believed was Nolan's, demanding his phone back.
You can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing?
The person in that video came forward to ABC News. It was not Nolan's voice. It was never Nolan's voice.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Two pieces of...
Now, they not saying it was Nolan's voice. It wasn't Nolan's voice. It was never Nolan's voice. When they was introducing Tracestin, Shepard, they called him Nolan's friend. They said he came after Ben Crump said that. He contradicted Ben Crump and said that wasn't Nolan's voice. That was never Nolan's voice. That was my voice. And that's where I said, did it? Nigga, hold on. Did you get to argue with Nolan? And did Nolan take your phone because y'all took his and was laughing about it, playing with him? And he wasn't giving up your phone till they gave his phone back. And you got so hostile with him that Katie's parents put you off a motherfucking boat. Put you off their motherfucking boat. And that's what y'all don't want to disclose. Because not only that happened, but that led to you being more involved with the white boys and Nolan's disappearance before we found out that he was dead. Y'all might have already knew. Look at me. Look at me playing with him. Might have already knew. Nigga, we know y'all knew. We just sit back and watch this shit unfold. And watch y'all lie. And watch that shit get broke open. And we did most of the breaking open on the motherfucking lies. We did most of the analyzing on them lies. Yeah, all through YouTube. Yeah, everybody going back and forth from story to story, but we sticking with the Nolan Wells case until this shit gets figured out. Yeah, we one of the channels that make his story one of the biggest stories, not only in America, but in the world right now. The world watching this. You know how many Africans and European YouTubers that I done seen, and they ain't over here in America, but they covering the Nolan Wells case. You can't even tell what they saying. The Africans can, though. The Europeans can, though, because they accent heavy. Talking about Nolan. That's how big he is. It's crazy. He would have been even bigger if he was still alive. But he died, and they still can't kill him. He's even bigger than he was when he was alive. He more powerful than he was when he was alive. He got more people standing behind him, especially black people of his race, of his skin color, standing behind him than he did when he was alive. And then the black people that said they were standing behind him when he was alive, that came out and tried to contradict everything that his parents' lawyer, Ben Crump, said. Everything that's out in the opening, that's evidence that could help solve his murder, and his disappearance, everything that's been said, these niggas contradicted it and want to call themselves Nolan friends. Like I said before, Tracestin, Shepard, we didn't even fucking know Nolan had black friends. We thought all his friends was white. That's what most of his pictures is with, except for the young dude that was on TMZ. He posted over 100 pictures that he done taken with Nolan. That was one of Nolan's real friends, but even he makes some shit. From what he done said, he done opened it up for Tracestin to contradict everything everybody else has said, because he said he couldn't tell if it was Nolan or his other friend that had got into an argument, which was Tracestin. He didn't say Tracestin was Nolan's friend. And then Tracestin set up and say he Nolan's childhood friend in an interview with Rolling Stone, and he Nolan's childhood friend and he Nolan's best friend. Nolan's mom said he ain't his childhood friend or best friend. We don't know him. We don't know his parents. He don't know us. Why would he say that? That's kind of far-fetched. That's what Nolan's mom said. And here at Blockstar Image Analytics, we stood behind her, and we still stand behind her. And everything she can't say, we will say. Everything she can't do, we will do. Yeah, everything she can't do with her voice, call motherfuckers out on their bluff and all that shit, we do it here. Yeah, for Nolan's family and in Nolan's name. I'm not even playing about Nolan. Everything I heard about him, everything I knew about him, he didn't deserve whatever the fuck happened to him. He didn't deserve it. So we gonna stand on business for Nolan. Yeah, we gonna stand on business for Nolan. If you standing on business for Nolan, look in your emoji map and find the woman with the suit on and the tie. Find the man with the suit on with the tie and put it down in the comments if you standing on business for Nolan. Yeah, put them suits on for Nolan. Let's get back into it about Katie.
Viral evidence, both of them gone. But what was always verified, what existed before any photo, before any video, before any social media post, still does not have an explanation. The family met with the district attorney on July the 15th. A press conference followed, and what came out of that meeting is now confirmed. A grand jury has been called. The FBI is in contact with investigators. The phone has still not been turned over to law enforcement. That is exactly where this story begins.
Did you hear what they said? The grand jury has been called. The DA is ready to bring charges. The FBI has came in and gotten on the case. Like all this that happened in the last couple of days because they're getting closer to finding out. They getting closer, not to finding out, but to taking care of the Nolan case and bringing justice to anybody that had anything to do with him disappearing and the deleting of evidence, which is his demise, right? Yeah, because he's dead now. And deleting of evidence makes it to where we don't even know. We got to figure it out. We can't tell right off the back after he's gone what happened to him or how this shit happened. Because all the messages and shit was deleted. His timeline, his timestamp was deleted by somebody that's so-called his friend. Them folks wasn't Nolan friends. They was never Nolan friends. They used Nolan for what they could get out of him, and they used him for the fame. To bring theyself a bigger following. Right there in Ocean Springs. They wanted to be at the top. This all about some greed type of shit, I bet you. This all about greed. I'm telling you. Watch when we see these interrogations and these motherfuckers start breaking down in interrogation. Watch.
If you want the verified story, not the viral one, subscribe and let me know where you're watching from in the comments. Nolan Xavier Wells was 18 years old. On July 4th, he traveled to Horn Island with a group of friends to celebrate Independence Day. His friends left the island that afternoon. He did not. His mother reported him missing later that night, and a search involving the Coast Guard, the Department of Marine Resources, and the National Park Service launched the following day.
It's reported details Nolan Wells missing Massey at 3 Horn Island.
On July the 6th, a park ranger found his body in the water just off the island's northwestern tip. The Jackson County coroner officially confirmed the identification, not through visual ID, not through a family member, through dental records.
We just want to know what happened and why our baby didn't come home.
The investigation remains classified as a death, not a homicide. Investigators have said publicly they suspect drowning, but the cause and manner of death have not been officially released. The state autopsy is pending a toxicology report that could still take weeks. That is where the official record stands. For 4 days, the conversation online has been dominated by a single piece of evidence. But today, that evidence has a problem, a serious one. If you're new to this case, subscribe. This one is moving fast, and we are going to stay on top of every verified development. The evidence in question started with a Facebook post. An account whose owner, Nolan's mother, later confirmed she had never spoken to and never met, claimed Nolan had returned from Horn Island alive, that he attended a pool party in Jackson County. An altercation broke out, that he was beaten, that his body was taken back to the water. Almost nobody stopped to ask the most basic question about
the fuck they just say.
If you're new to this case, subscribe. This one is moving fast, and we are going to stay on top of every verified development. The evidence in question started with a Facebook post. An account whose owner, Nolan's mother, later confirmed she had never spoken to and never met, claimed Nolan had returned from Horn Island alive, that he attended a pool party in Jackson County. An altercation broke out, that he was beaten.
Man, I love that, y'all. I love that, y'all. I swear to God, chat, we doing it big, goddammit. We all standing on business for Nolan. Yeah, we got all different kind of suits. Shane Ransom, I fuck with that junk you got. Yeah, that look like Michael Jackson. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's an even closer junk to Michael. Yeah, that junk hard. Yeah, and you got the magnifying glass. Yeah, you analyzing the fuck out of some shit right now. Yeah. And I love that junk, that emoji that's got the two people hugging. Yeah, because we all a family here, and it's all love on this situation. Man, I love that, chat. I appreciate that, man. I love it. Y'all just made one of my dreams come true. Yes, sir. I've always imagined that. Saying drop certain emojis and everybody just start dropping them for me. Man, I fuck with y'all. Y'all fuck with me tough. I fuck with that junk, Corey Branch. Yeah, with the speedboat in the waves. Yeah, because that's what this shit about. That's what this shit about. Yeah, y'all. Shout out Shane Ransom, 4541. He got all different. Yep. I appreciate y'all. Corey Branch. I love it. Yeah. You got plenty of folks hugging. Yeah, we all a family. I love it. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's real, Shane Ransom. Shout out Shane Ransom 4541. He said the emoji, the last one he posted with the suit and the magnifying glass and everything, he said that's the color to represent No. You know, they called Nolan, that was his nickname, No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you thought you were gonna knock him down on the field? No. Yeah, you thought you were finna get past him and dunk that ball on him? He intercepted it? No. You know what I'm saying? That's what they called the boy. Yeah. Appreciate this, Shane. Yup. Yeah. Respect. You putting some respect on his name right there. Thank you, Corey Branch. Let's get back into it, y'all. Let's get back into it.
That is
But yeah, did you hear what the nigga said though? That's why I just rewinded it. Let's hear what the fuck this nigga just said.
He was taken back to the water. Almost nobody stopped to ask the most basic question about the photo at the center of all of it. When was it actually taken? A photo surfaced alongside the post, uploaded to Instagram by an account with fewer than 1,000 followers, deleted shortly after. The image appeared to show Nolan in a pool, surrounded by a group of people. Within hours, it had reached hundreds of thousands of viewers. Then Benjamin Crump, the family's lead attorney, reposted the image to his Instagram. For much of the internet, the theory became fact at that moment. But Crump's caption said something most people skipped past. He wrote that he did not know whether the claims were facts or rumors. His exact framing: they were following all clues until the truth was found. Nolan's mother addressed it publicly as well. She had never spoken to the person behind the post, never met them. The certainty did not come from the attorney. It came from the audience, and the audience was working from a photo nobody had dated. That question had an answer. Rolling Stone published the findings on July the 13th, alongside photo metadata obtained from a second independent source. The photo was taken on June the 27th, 8 days before the 4th of July. Not July the 5th, not after Horn Island. 8 days before Nolan ever boarded that boat.
We know that. We already know that. So some of this shit we already know, but we trying to hear this extra shit because new shit then came out. So they really did a story to cover the new shit, but to make their story longer, make the video to get more watch hours and shit like that, they extended the clip by talking about everything that's happened in the past up to the new evidence and feds joining the case, grand jury saying that they're gonna bring charges after the investigation, full investigation is complete and all of that shit. So they just adding everything with it. I sworn this nigga said something. Let's see it. I might have to rewind it again, but we finna see.
The party in that image took place in Pass Christian, Mississippi. The person who confirmed the date knew Nolan well. His name is Tracestin Shepard, a close friend who spoke to both Rolling Stone and ABC News. Shepard is also black, part of the same friend group. Shepard did not attend the party that night. He had been working all day and had church the next morning, but he knew who was in that photo. He identified them himself, including Nolan. He confirmed they were there that night, and he confirmed it was June the 27th.
That's why I said Nolan parents really gotta confirm for me that that's him at the pool party. Cause they saying that Tracestin gave the timestamp and everything for the pool party. Another little town away from Ocean Springs, probably an hour or 2 hours away from Ocean Springs. And he said he gave timestamp and everything and said that there was Nolan in the picture. Like I said, you can't tell that there's Nolan. And the nigga is too light in the dark to be Nolan. Nolan brown skinned. He'll be my color in the dark at night in a pool with no overhead lighting, just the pool lighting. And he's sitting there talking about Tracestin and said that, yeah, that's Nolan in the pool and it took place in such and such, at such and such house, at such and such time, but I wasn't there. I was working all night. Well, then how the fuck you know if Nolan was there? How the fuck we know if Nolan was there and all his shit been deleted? We don't. I still don't believe it's Nolan. They tried to bring the picture out and say that there was him at a pool party at 1 a.m. the next day, the 5th of July. And motherfuckers was biting on that shit on YouTube, but we wasn't buying that shit here. But once we started getting angry with the shit and getting on Tracestin ass and saying, fucking with him and shit, fucking with his head, saying, nigga, that could be you up in the pool with a Party City wig on. Yeah, we made him real nervous. After we did that and talked bad about who was helping push the narrative, switch the narrative and shit by saying that there was Nolan, and oh my God, it's just, Nolan was at a pool party at 1 a.m. on the 5th. Playing with that man. You playing with his name because he wasn't there. We know he wasn't there. But you twisting the narrative and shit. The kids, they just following any lead. They like a sponge. They soak anything up. So yeah, they had me pissed. They had us pissed in this motherfucker. We wasn't going. That night we was cursing out the trolls. Slapped their ass. Telling them to put their real profile picture up. And when they make them racist ass comments or talk about the family or talk about the chat, make sure they put their address, zip code, and their city and state so I can just come and talk to them. Nah, I would go come slap the shit out of them. But yeah, they twisting the narrative and shit. Nigga, y'all, Tracestin, you ain't Nolan's friend, nigga. If you was a friend that his parents didn't know about because you was a hothead. If he did befriend you, he befriended you because you was a hothead. It wasn't genuine. It was to protect itself. And at the end, and in the end, it didn't protect him at all. Because you shysted. Like Pooh shysted. Yeah, you're real shysted. You, Katie, Katie's mom. I bet Katie's mom and Mama Judge at the house like this. Fuck, they're figuring us out. Oh my God. We gotta think of something else. What else can we say? Oh, fuck. Call Tracestin. Call Tracestin and tell him to get his ass over here now. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we got him nervous. Fuck, I shouldn't have never made that post with the court sealed, knowing I'm a sitting judge. Fuck. The FBI is here now. They could be outside. Katie's mom, what you think? I don't know, Mama Judge. I don't know. Call Katie. Call Tracestin. Yeah. Got them scared, shaking in their boots. Cause the feds is on the way. Yeah, gotta let them know. The feds is on the way. Let me find this part to this clip.
Rolling Stone corroborated that date through metadata obtained independently from a second source, separate from Shepard's account entirely. The photo was not posted as evidence. According to Shepard, it was uploaded as part of a casual photo dump, a collection of recent memories shared online. It went up on July the 5th, but uploaded on July the 5th and taken on July the 5th are two different things. That distinction mattered. Shepard's response to the theory that built itself around that image was not diplomatic. He called it unbelievable. He called it heartbreaking. What the internet held up as proof that Nolan was alive on July the 5th was a photo taken before he ever stepped onto that boat. The first pillar of the viral narrative has collapsed, but the photo was not the only piece of evidence being pointed to. There was also a video. That video surfaced in the days after Nolan was found. Shot from a boat near Horn Island, it captured a voice in what sounded like a heated exchange with someone nearby. Benjamin Crump pointed to that footage on Good Morning America. He described it to as Nolan and somebody yelling at one another on the boat.
You can hear an argument going where...
There it is, y'all. That's what the kids don't want to tell. They talking all around it. You heard what I just said. They said it's a video that describes Nolan on the boat arguing with somebody. The video shows Nolan on the boat arguing with somebody. We just can't see who he arguing. We think that in the argument that we're hearing Nolan yell at the person that he's arguing with that we can't see, but it's the person that he's arguing with and that we can't see is yelling. Tracestin Shepherd. Them folk just said it. Them folk just said it. Ben Crump said it. You see in the video, you see Nolan in the video arguing with somebody on the boat. They can't tell who the fuck he arguing with. But then you heard a young black boy on TMZ say that he wasn't on the boat, but he could see one of his friends that was on the boat. No, he could hear one of his friends that was on the boat arguing with somebody. He said he didn't know who his friend was arguing with, but his friend was real hostile and the parents wanted Tracestin off the boat. You know why the parents wanted Tracestin off the boat? Because he was arguing with Nolan, and Nolan's a good person. So the parents wanted to protect Nolan, and they said, get off of our boat. That's what nobody wants to say. Tracestin was arguing with Nolan because he was poofed out. He wanted to prove himself to the white boys that he than Nolan was. See, Nolan get to come over their house. Tracestin don't get to come unless it's a party. He don't get to come unless it's a party. The two pictures, because I said it was one picture I saw surfacing all over the internet. You ain't even got more than one picture. He had two pictures. Somebody sent it to me, said, no, he got two pictures with Nolan surfacing on the internet. I said, I looked at the pictures and I messaged them back and I said, look at the pictures. Look at him in Nolan's clothes. I said in both pictures, Nolan got on the blue zip-up fleece, halfway zip-up fleece, where it's zip up halfway at the top. It's a pullover fleece. I said he got that same blue fleece on in this other picture. I said Tristan got the same teal green shirt on, long sleeve shirt on in both of the pictures. I said, and he got the same camo ass, Mossy Oaks looking ass fitted cap on. I said it looks like one was taken in the kitchen and the other one was taken in the living room. That's the one where they was like, him and Tristan, him and Nolan was standing next to each other, right, kind of with their tongues licked out. I said that's when he was in the living room where the music was going. And he said, man, bro, can you take one more picture with me? Because the one we took in the kitchen, I didn't really pose. I want us to pose like we real friends. I want everybody to know I met you, you know, shit like that. And Nolan was like, okay. Nigga, but them two pictures is basically the same picture. The young boy on TMZ, the young black boy that Nolan Wells' mom said is his friend and have been over the house, and they know his mom and dad and shit, met his parents. They've been over their house, and the parents been over Nolan's and his parents' house. That boy, he don't want to talk because he's scared. He don't want to say certain shit. That's why he told TMZ he didn't want to certain questions and shit like that. But you can tell because he ain't saying nothing, it's really getting to him and really hurting him, because he done posted over 100 different pictures of him and Nolan. He posts pictures every day of him and Nolan, pictures that he done took, and he done took over 100 pictures, different Nolan, at the games, at their houses, everywhere. You know, and Nolan, when that's his friend, Nolan was his mentor, because Nolan mentored a lot of younger high school students and middle school students because of who he was and his highlights and who he was becoming. You know what I'm saying? But they just told us right there, y'all. They just said, listen.
On Good Morning America, he described it to ABC News as Nolan and somebody yelling at one another on the boat.
You can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, "Give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing?"
There was Tracestin.
And said he believed the voice on that recording was Nolan's.
I don't know any teenagers, Michael Strahan, who said,
maybe that's why he think it was Nolan. Maybe because Tracestin was saying, "Give me my fucking phone," and he was probably all over Nolan, and Nolan was holding the phone back, and Nolan said, "What are you freaking doing?" So he thinking that, you know, Nolan like, "What are you freaking doing?" Like he probably was trying to hurt Nolan then. And that's what made Nolan say, "What are you freaking doing?" After he said, "Give me my fucking phone back." He probably had something in his hand or something, or broke a can or broke a bottle and came towards Nolan, and Nolan like, "What are you freaking doing?" And the parents like, "Get off of our boat." But nobody wants to disclose that. This shit crazy. Let me find out, man.
If you believe that story, I'm going to stay behind.
It's got you thinking, don't it, Corey? Corey Branch has got you thinking like, that shit sound like it could be true. It's a possible scenario. I tell you that much, Corey.
I'm going to leave my phone? I mean, no young person leaves their cell phone.
Today, the person actually in that video spoke to ABC News. His name is Tracestin Shepard, the same close friend who confirmed the pool party photo was from June the 27th. And what he told ABC News directly contradicts what the family's attorney told the country.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan.
That he don't sound sincere. It sounds like he's just trying to say some shit to get him and whoever else was involved out of some shit. Like we wouldn't do anything to Nolan. We all cared about Nolan. We all cared. Like he don't even care that he's saying it. But it also could be, I could be misinterpreting the sound, and he could be sounding more like we wouldn't hurt Nolan, like we all love Nolan and we just want justice. Like he could be saying it, and I could be hearing tremble in his voice because he's nervous. Because the white folks like, "Nigga, you gotta get up and speak, nigga. You had something to do with this shit too. Nigga, we'll protect our sons, nigga, and put you out in the opening if you don't protect all four of y'all ass." and start pushing the narrative. Just say it was you yelling, and we won't mention that you was arguing with Nolan, because y'all was clowning him for what was on the messages and the pictures and shit that he took with Katie. Y'all was clowning him for it because he was all hugged up, and y'all was really jealous. Yeah, that's what I would do. If I was with my 3 white boys and they took my phone, we had another nigga that was with us that they might be friends with or something like that, and he was right along with them, like he was waiting, like he trying to be the better nigga and impress the white folks more than me, because they love me so much. They love my swag and how I make people laugh. So he couldn't wait until they started fucking with me, because I'm a female that they interested in. She interested in me, and I get interested in her. So they want to clown me and fuck with. Give me my fucking phone back. Y'all don't want to give me my phone back? Okay, I'll take one of y'all's. Tristan like, hell no, nigga, that's my phone. So, give me my phone back. No, you give me my fucking phone back. Shh. Give me my phone back. Man, hey, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Tristan, get off our boat. Get off our boat now. You've crossed the line. That's one thing the young dude on TMZ didn't want to talk too much about. He said, I believe that was my other friend. He had got into an argument off the boat. They said, what was it about? He said, he don't know. He just know his friend was hostile. They's like, hostile for what though? He's like, I don't know. I just know he was acting very hostile, and the parents of the boat wanted him off the boat. Then he just come and snitch on himself. It was me arguing on the boat. They like, you better tell you argued on the boat. We'll protect you on everything else, but if you don't tell, and they keep looking at our sons, then all y'all ain't going down for it. You going down for it. We got Rolling Stone. They want to interview you. Yeah, they want to get some audio. So they're going to interview you over the phone, and they're going to type up a paper on you. That way, any other interview, you know what I'm saying, they already know what you know about the narrative, so that's what they're going to ask around, and that's what you just continue to say. But they didn't know the FBI was going to show up. I'm like, the FBI watching it the whole time. The more we talk about it on YouTube, the more the FBI feel like they got to do something about it. Because it's going to gain too much attention if we talk about it on YouTube. They got to step in.
God, nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
The voice in that video was Shepard's.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. I think he just snitched on himself. I think he just snitched on himself. No, this is the shit that the FBI listen to, y'all. Listen. If somebody dies and I had something to do with the murder, but I'm acting like that I don't know that this person died, and the feds come pick me up and they question me about the person, if I on the person in past tense, that incriminates me. That means that I know they dead, and the feds ain't told me they dead yet. So why am I speaking on them like, no, man, I know Jerry. Jerry was a good guy. Man, when he used to, how you know Jerry dead? It hasn't been on the news or anything. You weren't at the crime scene. That's what they say. I believe I just heard this nigga say everybody loved Nolan. Nobody wanted to see his life taken so soon or some shit like that. Listen, y'all, this shit is crazy. He just told on himself. He know that somebody took Nolan's life if that's what the fuck he just said, y'all. See, that's why the feds, the police, they allow you to take these interviews. The internet will fuck you the fuck off if you done had some. Listen to this, y'all. Why would he say that? Oh my goodness. Listen.
Did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
The voice in that video was Shepard.
This nigga said nobody wanted to see his life taken so short.
Good Morning America,
who took his
Shepard
life?
said it plainly. That's the video I am referring to, and that's me.
Oh my God,
He
y'all.
was not in a dispute with Nolan.
Y'all.
He had been in a separate altercation with a stranger.
Y'all.
And two friends were physically
He just
restrained
said
from him.
Nolan's life was
According to
taken.
ABC News, Shepard gave an official
Oh
statement
man, the
to
feds
Jackson
watching
County
this.
Sheriff's Department on
Y'all,
Friday.
he just said
His account is on
nobody
record with
wanted to
investigators.
see
This is
Nolan
not
die.
online commentary.
Nobody
It is an
wanted to
on-record
see
contradiction
Nolan
between the
life
family's
taken
lead
so
attorney
short.
and an eyewitness who has spoken to law enforcement directly.
How,
Let me know in the comments
when you
which of
speak
these two
like that.
revelations hits hardest.
Who said?
Because what comes next?
No,
is
because
the
they
part
said we
most
pushing the
creators never
narrative
covered.
of
Two pieces of
the
evidence,
white boys
both
killing
introduced
Nolan.
after
They
Nolan
said
died,
ain't
both now
nobody killed
contradicted by
Nolan,
the same person who
right?
was actually
And that's
present.
what
But the
he
details that
supposedly
existed before
knows.
any photo, before any
That's what
video,
why he's
those still
speaking
have
up
no
for himself
explanation at all.
and the white boys.
Set those
Because
two things aside entirely.
we
The
didn't
photo,
kill
the
Nolan.
video.
But this
Put them
nigga
down.
just said
What
at the
remains?
end, nobody
Nolan
wanted
Wells,
to see
18
Nolan's
years old,
life
went to Horn Island
taken
on
so
July the
short,
4th with
y'all.
friends.
Oh
His
my
body-
goodness. That's it. We did it. We solved the case.
Not Nolan's.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
On Good Morning America, Shepard said it plainly. That's the video I apartment on Friday. His account is on record with investigators.
It's on
This is
record.
not online commentary. It is an on-record contradiction between the family's lead attorney and an eyewitness who has spoken to law enforcement directly. Let me know in the comments which of these two revelations hits hardest.
Thank you.
Because what comes next
Thank you, William
is the part
Lynch.
most creators never covered. Two pieces of evidence, both introduced after
Hold on.
Yo spoke to ABC News. His name is Tracestin Shepard, the same close friend who confirmed the pool party photo was from June the 27th. And what he told ABC News directly contradicts what the family's
This why
attorney
the
told the
feds
country.
just stepped
We did
in
no
and we
wrong
didn't
here,
even
and we don't
know.
understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
The voice in that video.
Nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see Nolan life taken so short. Who took his life? Tracestin Shepard. You just snitched off on yourself. See, this is what the feds do. We didn't look. I said the feds need to get on the case. This clip had already been out, right? The feds got on the case 2 days ago, y'all. They just broke ABC News with the report saying that the FBI just joined the case. I'm like, damn, they watching our YouTube. They not watching our YouTube. They heard this interview and they heard what he said at the end. And they said, hold on now. You said you don't know what happened to Nolan. You said you don't know what happened to Nolan. That's the beginning of whatever when you first started your statement. We don't know what happened to Nolan. But you just said at the end, while you were saying nobody wanted to see Nolan die, you should have shut your ass up. You kept on talking. with Rolling Stone. Nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see Nolan life taken so short. That means you know that somebody took his life. Tracestin, you know that somebody took his life. This is why the feds hurt y'all. Tracestin said in that interview with Rolling Stone at the end when he said no one wanted to see Nolan die. Then he said no one wanted to see Nolan's life taken so short. Who took his life? Who said his life was taken? You just said nobody took his life. We don't know what happened to Nolan. If you don't know what happened to Nolan, why are you saying at the end nobody wanted to see his life taken so short? Taken. You didn't say nobody wanted to see a life lost so short. His life lost and so short. Nobody wanted to see him lose his life at an early age like that. That's what you would say. But you said nobody wanted to see his life taken so short. So they made y'all watch why they took his life. Man, the feds is finna find out what the fuck happened, y'all. Y'all, I gotta get some rest though. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna get back on this shit. Goddamn it, at 12 o'clock, and then we're gonna get back on this shit again after I get off work at 11:30. I may get off at 1:30 though. I might put in 2 hours of overtime. I don't know, but I'm gonna let y'all know. Goddamn it, sometime today, sometime later on this evening and everything like that. Y'all know what this is. This is Blockstar MS Analytics. Y'all know what we are. They know who we are. Blockstar Analysts. And what did we just do? We just found out that Tracestin Shepherd knows that somebody took Nolan's life. And he said it in the Rolling Stone interview. So we just analyzed the fuck out of this shit. Listen, I love you, chat. Thank you, chat. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below after, so you can become a part of the family and we can let everybody else know. Listen, man, this is yours truly. It's Blockstar MS, all the way from Memphis. Don't you forget me.